Deep in the heart of Central America, hidden beneath layers of time and thick jungle, lie the silent remains of one of the most advanced ancient civilizations the world has ever known. This is the story of the Maya, builders of great cities, masters of astronomy, mathematics, and architects of a mysterious collapse that still puzzles us today. Long before the first European ships reached the shores of the Americas, deep in the dense jungles of Mesoamerica, a civilization rose from the earth, one that would build cities without metal tools, chart the stars without telescopes, and carve their legacy into stone that still stands today. This was the world of the Maya. They were not one people, but many dozens of city-states spread across what is now southern Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador. Bound by a common language, family, and religious vision, the Maya thrived in the heart of the rainforest, where others would have faltered. Their story is not only one of kings and temples, but of farmers, scribes, astronomers, warriors, and gods. For thousands of years, the Maya observed the world around them. The movement of the sun, the rising of Venus, the cycle of the moon, everything had meaning. Their priests tracked time with astonishing accuracy. The Maya calendar didn't just tell the days, it told destiny. It could predict eclipses, mark coronations, and determine the most auspicious days for war, planting, or sacrifice. But their cities, those were marvels of human achievement. Rising like islands from the jungle canopy, places like Tikal, Palenque, Copan, and Colacrul were home to tens of thousands grand plazas stretched out before towering pyramids. Staircases climbed to the heavens, lined with hieroglyphs and sculptures that told the tales of mighty kings, lords who claimed to speak with the gods. And yet, these great centers were not ruled by empires as we know them. The Maya world was a tapestry of city-states, sometimes allies, often enemies, locked in cycles of warfare and diplomacy. Power was gained not only through conquest, but through bloodlines, marriage, and elaborate rituals meant to impress the gods and intimidate rivals. To the Maya, the spiritual world was never far. Gods walked among men, and the boundary between the living and the dead was thin. Blood was sacred, the essence of life. And so, rituals of bloodletting and human sacrifice were not acts of cruelty, but of cosmic necessity. Their writing, one of the most sophisticated in the ancient world, was etched in stone, painted on ceramics, and inscribed in books made of bark paper. These glyphs tell us of wars fought, dynasties born, celestial events witnessed. In the 20th century, scholars slowly cracked the code, and the voices of the Maya began to speak again. They told of kings with names like Jaguar and Sky Lord, of queens who ruled with iron resolve, of battles under the light of Venus, of rivalries that spanned generations. These were stories not of a static, primitive people, but of a vibrant, intelligent civilization deeply attuned to both earth and sky. So, what happened? Scholars believe there was no single cause, but a perfect storm of calamities. The Maya grew too successful. Their populations boomed, putting strain on the land. Deforestation and overfarming weakened the soil. Droughts, perhaps the worst in centuries, dried the rivers and cracked the fields. As resources dwindled, wars intensified. Elites demanded more sacrifices, more monuments, more control. The people, it seems, could no longer bear the weight of the gods, or their kings. And so, the centers of power crumbled. Their descendants live on, millions of them, speaking modern versions of Mayan languages, practicing age-old customs, weaving patterns that speak of gods and time and ancestors.